Hello friends, welcome to my channel Sushant Chesswise. Today we are at the next topic, that is quick wins in chess. We have already seen some examples of this topic. We have got yet another game position here. It is black's move in this case. The diagrammed position which I have set is reached by the move e5. But some discussion is required what black should do and what are his other choices apart from e5. We have looked at cases where even the grandmasters fail to avoid the temptation of grabbing material. They keep their king in the center sometimes. Like we see here, white has extra development already. Black wanted to play the move Nf6 but soon realized that after the move a4, trying to break on b5, first forcing b4, white has the very strong Nd5. See, after Nd5 things become very difficult. There is some pressure on f6, b4 is attacked. Both bishops are becoming dangerous, and we can easily see that after ed checked, the queen is lost. Even after the capture Nd5, we see that after ed, queen c7 or queen d7, dec, this position is also close to winning. First the queen is hanging, secondly after fe there is bb7, qb7, rook e6, or even the move bd6, which would win instantly for white. So black, who was looking to play Nf6, Be7 and castle, has got his plans cut off. He plays the move e5, hoping for bg3 and then go Nf6, Be7 castle. But now we can see that the square d5 is weakened and white is in no mood to give black any chance here. White is counting on his huge development plus the poor black king placing. So white again goes with the very strong a4. The first point is that after e takes f4, there comes e5. ed6 is threatened, so almost d5 is forced. Knight takes d5, threatens nf6 check, so long castle forced. A takes b5. See how the position is getting totally opened. So queen takes b5, trying to keep the f-file closed, and now comes c4. After c4, things are very difficult. The queen is lacking space. qd7 loses to nb6, qc6 loses to ne7, queen e8 almost forced, qc4 would have lost to rook c1 or nb6 both, and now white goes qb3. Indeed, things are very difficult. Amongst many things, there is the move nb6, kb8, bb7. When after kb7, the knight would move and then rook would take on a6. Thus we can say that after e into f4, white's position is winning by force. Black tries to keep the position as closed as possible, so he goes with b4 first. Now comes nd5, knight establishes on the strong square, e takes f4, and now instead of the move e5, white first goes c3. Point is simple, if b takes c3, then he wants to go rook c1, bring all the pieces into the attack. Now after qd7, he goes e5. There is hardly any defense here. D takes e5 and rook e5 is also good, but rook c3 is more dangerous. nc7 check is threatened. So bishop takes d5, bishop takes d5, rook d8, rook e5 check, bishop e7. Black seems to survive the worst here, but white manages a strong initiative and he can carry it into the endgame with the move bishop c6. The point is that after queen c6, now there is rook d1 threat, but first comes qd8, kd8, rook c6. After nf6, we see that white still has a very strong initiative after rook a6. Firstly, there is the threat of rook a8, and even after the trade of rooks, bishop and knight against rook, but these two passers will prove very dangerous. The case of rook and two pawns versus bishop and knight becomes very difficult for bishop and knight if the side with the rook has two passed pawns. Here the passed pawns are connected, king would join over there, and two pawns plus rook will cause serious damage. The rook can swing to the other side to grab the pawns as well. So white is clearly better here. So let's go back to the game and see what happened over there. So black goes with the move b3 here instead of taking b takes c3. Still white goes e5, long castle. The black king seems to escape on time, but the place where he has gone is also not very safe. Queen takes b3, king b8, avoiding the check with nb6 when bishop would have taken the queen. Knight b4, queen d7. We can see the position has become losing already. Bishop takes b7. If queen takes b7, then knight c6 check. We see that the whole rook is lost. After kc7, qb7, kb7, knight check, king moves and knight f7, the other rook will also be taken. So kb7 forced, knight d5 check, king a8 forced, because if king c8, knight b6 check, if king a7, qb6, king a8, knight c7 check would be lost. Knight b6 check, king a7, knight takes d7, rook takes d7, and white just plays ra1. Many other moves were possible. e6 was also a great move. There is nothing much here, just two minor pieces for the queen. White is soon going to open the game with ed6 and the rook would penetrate e8, which also he could have done in the previous move. So we saw that white's sacrifice in this game was not of totally forced nature. After giving the piece, he built up on his attack and started pursuing the black king. So we saw how in even grandmaster games such a swift defeat is possible. I hope you are finding these lessons useful and instructive. Do let me know in the comments below. Thanks for your time.